talk show host Oprah Winfrey has stooped to the lowest of lows when she interviewed the so-called two accusers of Michael Jackson, the two gentlemen that stated that Michael Jackson at one point did not molest them, did not sexually abuse them, but here in recent news, all of a sudden he has molested them. Go figure. There's a man by the name of James Safechuck, and the other guy is Robson, was his last name. I forget his first name right now. But anyway, Wade Robson. So these two individuals were interviewed by Oprah Winfrey on her show in light of the documentary that they had done entitled Leaving Neverland. This supposedly documentary, was created by HBO, and I might add a footnote: the Jackson estate, Michael Jackson's estate, that is suing HBO for defamation of character of Michael Jackson, of course, for $100 million, because the documentary is not actually a documentary, and I haven't seen it, and I don't care to see it, but I do know this to be true. There was no balance in the so-called documentary. They didn't have any individuals in that documentary, as it were, that were on the Jackson side. Everyone in there was supposedly alleged victims who were talking about alleged indiscretions and alleged sexual behavior from the now deceased Michael Jackson, entertainer, pop star, icon, after the man is dead and no longer here to defend himself. Can we all say money grab? I'm not going to stay with you very long. I just want to get this out of the air. As far as I'm concerned, I just want to put this out there from my perspective and say that there are many millions and millions of people that love Michael Jackson and the body of work that he has done throughout his career. His legacy lives on. But with any time you have someone that's a mega superstar such as he was, you're always going to have the snipes, the charlatans, the criminal intent. You're going to have all of the individuals that are going to want to surface and resurface trying to discredit this man, all seeking a dollar. That's just really it. Michael Jackson's former defense attorney was interviewed, and he said he had spent so many months with Michael Jackson. There was no indication, and he said he was being perfectly honest, there was no indication that Michael Jackson would ever harm a child or commit such heinous acts against a male child specifically. He said he got to know him very, very well, and that was not the Michael Jackson that he knew. And that he said the only thing that he could deduce it to was the fact that these people were trying to capitalize, in other words, reap some sort of monetary benefit from his estate. Now, this reminds me of the Bill Cosby episode, if you will. 10, 20, 30 years down the road after the so-called events took place. Why now? Why are you trying to vilify? Why are you trying to assassinate this person's character? Why? Why Michael Jackson now? He was acquitted many, many, many years ago. No evidence. They had been watching him for years. No evidence. So, There's plenty of evidence, however, as far as Wade Robson is concerned, that would support the fact that he had a lot of debt, and to support the fact that he had a failed business venture or two, to include Safechuck. So they had a motive in trying to sue the Michael Jackson estate. They had a motive, and that was trying to make money for their own business venture / failure. So, getting back to Oprah before I leave, trying to be nice when I say this. This is someone that Michael Jackson loved. One of many people. Michael loved Oprah. He trusted her. What would he think if he were alive today and he saw that Oprah entertained not only the notion of interviewing his so-called accusers on her own platform, her television program, and then making the statement that this is bigger than Michael Jackson, this particular interview, and that she was trying to help people heal that have gone through similar situations and to help give them a voice. But you're using Michael Jackson as the catalyst by virtue of what these two gentlemen are saying that he did, who originally said he didn't do anything at all. But now all of a sudden they changed the story. Oprah is getting a lot of flack and a lot of backlash. Oprah is a hypocrite. And there are a lot of people who are angry with Oprah today that are Michael Jackson fans, and even fans of Oprah prior. They're not fans anymore, many of them, because of how she turned against Michael Jackson. And that's exactly what she did. Go figure. What's wrong with Oprah Winfrey that she would turn against Michael Jackson? What's the agenda? What is her real purpose? Now, we all know that she stated that she was sexually abused when she was young. We know this. But you're going to set up a platform and a precedence for all of these other people who were afraid to step up and speak out about their own personal experiences. So you're going to set the precedence in the platform, and you're going to use Michael Jackson, who was never found guilty of anything, any such thing. You're going to disgrace his name, Oprah. You're not in my fave 5 at all. You're not my favorite at all, and you never were. And you changed 30 years ago. You fell out of my favorites. So, all of you that are watching me ranting on right now, what do you think Oprah stands to gain by interviewing these two guys? Or what she stood to gain, since it's already occurred? What was her reason behind this? And is it legitimate? I saw Michael's brothers defending their deceased brother, Michael, and I applaud them. That's what family is for. Michael never raped anyone, let alone a little boy. Michael got in trouble only because he was Michael Jackson. They manufactured a lie because he was the most powerful entertainment mogul, the most powerful entertainer on the planet. And he just happened to be black. They didn't want him to be that powerful. and all of the records that this man had broken musically, and all of the records that he had set, even in the Guinness Book of World Records, the powers that be didn't particularly like Michael Jackson because of that fact. He had too much power as an entertainer, and all he was doing was trying to help people. What do you think about this? Or do you think anything at all? Do you think Michael Jackson is guilty or was guilty of molesting someone? But let me ask you this before I part. Have you done your research? Have you watched all of the information on the other people who actually are the accusers? Have you checked out their lives? If you have, and if you do, you'll find out it's not squeaky clean.